Hey all, Rick from Australia here. I've been making a few videos lately of Elvis songs, etc., and I thought you might like my perspective on the movie, the Baz Luhrmann movie, a fellow Australian who's come up with a great biopic for Elvis. I've got King Creole in the background here, the original Australian poster, and that's known as the best Elvis movie for good reason. It is very good, and I think Elvis will become known as the best Elvis biopic. It's a very exciting, very exhilarating 2.5 hours. It goes along very quickly despite the long running time. As you expect with Baz Luhrmann, it's very overblown, very frenetic, very colourful, but that works well with the Elvis story. I think you needed to have something that's big and bold and a bit daring to tell the Elvis story, particularly early in his life. It does well in capturing the early Elvis. I thought that was good, and how he was influenced by local black musicians and the people in his community. And that should put to bed a lot of the claims that Elvis stole music. It shows instead that he was inspired by it and shared it. That's what he wanted to do. It does have its problems, of course. There are a couple of factual errors that are fairly glaring, i.e. that he fired the colonel from the stage in Las Vegas. He didn't do that, and that he had a choice of going into the army or going to jail. Again, that is just change for dramatic effect, I assume, but when you're doing a biopic about somebody, you probably shouldn't have something so major that's actually wrong. There are a few minor things with songs out of order, etc., but in reality that doesn't really matter. I think I'm not going to nitpick about something like that. The best parts of the movie, of course, are the soundtracks. The attention to detail is really fantastic. The movements that Austin Butler performs are really very close to Elvis. He has clearly studied very closely the Elvis stage movements and does a fantastic job in capturing them. Overall, he captures the mannerisms very well as well, and it's not a spoof of Elvis. It's a genuine attempt to do a proper biopic about him. The Colonel Tom Parker character, played by Tom Hanks, is the villain of the scene, and apart from early in his career, a lot of people would agree that Elvis wasn't great. The management of Elvis wasn't great in his final years. Tom Hanks is also very good, and I'd expect both of them are going to be heading towards Oscar nominations this year. Overall, the movie, I think, is worth watching for Elvis fans. I've heard a few say that they're not going to watch it because he doesn't look enough like Elvis. That's simply silly. They had to hire an actor, not a cheap look-alike. They needed someone who could capture the charisma, and that's what has happened. The soundtrack's fantastic. The sets are really good. The changing of the era is very well done as well. Just a spoiler alert here, it does go through to Elvis's death, and it does fairly concisely draw together his final years, and that's where the movie probably does fall apart a little bit. It is a sad ending, of course, because we all know Elvis died. That's no giving away any spoilers there, but I thought it really did come to a good emotional ending when they used Unchained Melody, Elvis's version from his final concert tour, and the TV special Elvis in Concert. And it starts out with Austin in makeup looking like Elvis, and then it merges into the real Elvis footage, and that's really well done. My recommendation is go and give it a look, even if you are not too keen on biopics and want to see the real thing. I think it is an entertaining effort, and I'm very pleased that I went to see it. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.